Well, hey, welcome back to Movie Community College. KSAHO fam, I hope all is well. And I got a video here that somebody sent me, and I've always thought this too. I've always wondered this. Indians, you as a people, very successful, no matter where you go. Why is that? Why are you so successful? Why are you able to come to America and master so many things? I always wondered that. Why can't Americans master American things? You know, you don't see that kind of intellectual commodity that the Indians possess. So this is a video that's called "Indians Succeed in the U.S. and Everywhere." Let's take a look at it.
The Indian diaspora is killing us. Okay, they are.
Not literally.
Not literally, but and it maybe in a good way, but killing us in terms of competition. Okay, people are traveling from India to all different countries all throughout the world, and they are more successful than the general population.
That is true in almost all of the countries that they're in.
Yes.
And it's certainly true here in the United States.
It is. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. Put up the graphic. It's Indians versus general population of the United States. Just to give you an example of how much they're better in terms of education and employment. So the Indian diaspora in the U.S. is only 1%, except when it comes to graduate school population in the top universities in the United States, they make up 13% of the population.
By the way, they're not even close to 1% of the population. They're less than 1%, and they have 13%. That's a giant number of the graduate students.
In the United States, 67% of Indians have bachelor's degrees. Now compare that to 28% of the general population in the United States.
Beating you with a whooping stick.
The average household income for Indians is $90,000, whereas the average household income for the general population in the U.S. is $50,000.
That is a giant, giant difference.
Supposed to do, you take them out of the office and hit them with a stick a couple times. They will do.
Okay. Now, look, we're giving you those numbers, one, because they're true, and it's a news story. Two, because it's not because the South Asians are a better race or anything like that. When you go to India, some of the numbers are disastrous. 40% of the population lives for $1.25 a day or less, okay?
And their life expectancy
in Mumbai is 56 years old. It's disastrous. It's obviously not genetic. It's not a race thing. It's not any of that. It's that in the diaspora, in the Indian community, there is this work ethic. There's an expectation of going to school and doing exceedingly well. And then what they have actually above even other Asians is they're more willing to start their own businesses, right? More initiative, etc. It's a great combination. It's a great cultural combination that they have going, and that's why they have success. So what I'm saying is the rest of us should all learn from that, right? So if a culture does something right, that's awesome. We should, adapt that and have everybody do it, right? So Asians should be more willing, other Asians should be more willing to start their own businesses, as an example, right? And certainly you should emphasize education more, which Indian...
I'm going to stop it right there, right? Right? You know what I think it is, from my vantage point, being around Indians, growing up, seeing them in school, the families were intact. There's a traditional family value, I think, that comes along with being Indian and diaspora that America does not have. There's a certain sensibility. The culture hasn't broken down like American culture has, and I think it's a cultural phenomenon, especially when you put people in an opportunity like America. What do you think can happen? There is no caste system. If you want to go out and come up with a great idea and make $1 billion, you can. If you want to be a bum and don't do anything, you can do that too, right? And I think what has happened is the Indians have captured the idea of Western excellence and are schooling Americans at their own ideology, which is unfortunate because I think America, by the most part, has become fat and lazy and has been resting on its laurels for quite some time. And I think this is great for the Indian people. I really do, because, you know, I know a lot of families growing up that would come over from India because mom or dad were going to school and getting a doctorate or something. And then they would leave to go back to India to go do something. And I don't know if it was infrastructure or I have no idea. Atomic warfare. I have no idea. But I have to tell you, again, I also think, too, part of it is just likability. You know, the law of attraction. Indians are fairly polite and nice. Even the trolly ones on the internet are nice compared to American trolls. And I think good for them. Good for the Indians. You know, they've suffered a lot in their time. And it's amazing to watch them rise to the superpower level. So, okay, the Young Turks seem to, I don't know a whole lot about them, but they seem to talk about India a lot and Islam and whatnot. So thank you so much for recommending that video. These are my thoughts on the video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.